We're happy to have you here with us today, and am pleased to also introduce John Allen, who is our Channel Sales Director. John will talk about the new program. We have some exciting additions and benefits for our channel partner community. And then Dan Turchin, our Chief Product Officer, will talk about our product roadmap. We will save time at the end for your questions, so feel free to submit them in the chat window. And with that, I will turn it over to John.
Thank you, Elise. Can you hear me okay?
We can.
Excellent. Good. I want to thank Elise Phillips for setting this up and for doing so much work to enable this partner webinar today. Also, Dan Turchin, our Chief Product Officer. I'm really looking forward to hearing his product roadmap and also talking about the current product that is in place today. And I want to thank you folks for joining us and taking the time out of your day to learn more about the AccelOps Partner Program. This is our agenda today. We're going to talk about the highlights for AccelOps for Q2 2015, talk about a handful of security trends that are going to enable you to sell more AccelOps, talk about the new partner program launch and what that means to you and how you can take advantage of that program, discuss the partner portal, which is brand new to AccelOps. You can see it on our webpage, our homepage, and then Dan will take over and talk about the new product features and the roadmaps. So let's get started. AccelOps highlights for Q2 2015. This is an exciting time to be here at AccelOps. It's a tornado market when you look at the security issues that are engulfing our customers' interest and their time. And so with AccelOps, we've had 7 quarters of record growth, including this last one. And so this is just a continued upward trend for AccelOps. In Q2 of this last quarter, our partner revenue was close to 80% of our total revenue. So with this growth, we're really looking toward the partner community to help us here. And with your help, we're going to try to bring that up into the 95% category. You should all be familiar that we've entered into the Gartner Magic Quadrant for the SIM, and this is a great honor. There's a ton of SIMs out there, and to have us be in that Magic Quadrant, again, is an honor. It's brought a lot of recognition to AccelOps as well as a lot of new leads and new customers, and they were just recently visiting our corporate headquarters, so look for more information from Gartner, and direct your customers to Gartner when they are interested in our solution. That really helps the momentum at Gartner to hear from our customers. You should be familiar with the 4.3 release, and Dan will talk more about that coming up. About that as we move through the trends right now. So a couple of trends that are really driving the AccelOps adoption today, and these are trends that you can leverage as you're selling AccelOps into your customers. The first one is the challenge of breaking down the silos to address the current security concerns. The typical organizations, big enterprises, are set up where the operational folks are not talking to the security folks, and that's a problem today because the trends of these malicious viruses and the advanced persistent threats are deep within an organization, and they typically are seen on the operational side before the security guys ever see it, and typically, again, there's not that communication. So AccelOps addresses that problem square on. The other one is our customers today are coming to us and not wanting to compromise their security due to storage or EPS limitations. There's a lot of products on the market today that charge per storage or charge per EPS, and we're trying to break out of that mode. Also, we're looking for customers to show some leadership. There are a lot of tools that they have in their organization to try to do the things that we do here at AccelOps. We typically see an average customer consolidating 3 to 4 tools when they buy AccelOps, all with AccelOps. So it's something that you can use with your customers as you're trying to sell into your customer base. Situational awareness. This is a new term that we're hearing, and it's very important. It's really driving organizations to look deeper into the root cause analysis of these problems. And again, it crosses the boundaries of operational security and audit for compliance. Big data, visual analytics is a must. We are hearing this over and over again where the CISO of an organization is now being called into the boardroom, having to answer for the security posture of their organization, and they need better tools to communicate how they're doing or how well they're not doing. And then SIM as a service is a reality. We're seeing this an awful lot where our customers are trying to bring SIM into the cloud to leverage that infrastructure because of the complexity of the problems that are at hand to solve, again, some of their security challenges. So please leverage these trends with your customers. So this is our new partner program, Accelerate AccelOps 2015. And we're using a physics definition of accelerate to undergo a change of velocity. And this is what we're trying to do from our organization to your organization, partnering with you to change the velocity in the way we do business. We want to grow our business and to help you grow that business. So you'll see a lot of investment from AccelOps into this partner program. What's new for you? Well, one of the things that's new is higher discount levels. AccelOps has always had high discount levels, and we're going to continue that trend. We're not taking away that, but we're going to continue that trend and offer new incentives per quarter that will drive you to register your customers and grow your business with us. Deal protection. This is important. This is where you have a valued customer and you're going to be able to bring it to AccelOps. You're going to actually be able to register that deal in our portal and have protection on that deal to where you can get all the value you need. And then we're going to offer you a free test, demo, and training license. This is an internal only use license. It's kind of like an NFR, but it's really geared to trying to enable you to grow in your skill level and grow in your sales leadership in your customers, as well as continue ongoing training with your customers. Higher discount levels. This is how it works. The idea is that as you either commit or grow your revenue up in the 200K mark, we're going to help you get from a 25% discount up to a 35% discount. And some of you already may be there for your existing customers, and we'll work with you on that. But the idea here is that we want to reward folks that are growing or that are building their business with us. And to this extent, we want to give them more incentives with higher discount levels. Deal protection and recurring revenue. This is very, very important. We are trying to turn our business model, pivot our business model into a subscription license model. And what that does is that allows you to earn more money on year 2, year 3 renewals of AccelOps. When we get an AccelOps customer, they're usually a customer for life. And so the subscription revenue is going to be more money per year that you can earn on. And we're going to allow you to protect those renewals as well as new deals for 90 days. If you need to extend that, you can work with management or the partner team to extend that validation, but we can protect that renewal and the new business. And then if somebody tries to come in and compete for that business, we're going to give you a 15 to 25 point advantage on the discount to protect that deal for you. Again, very important for us to help you, guard and protect your customers as you're bringing them into our fold with AccelOps. The free test, demo, and training license. This is very important. It's going to be a 25-device internal use only license. It's going to be available to those partners that have active deals or active customers that they're managing. Again, the point here is to try to increase your skill level so you can lead the sales engagements, so you can lead the services engagements, and so you can lead the ongoing training and enablement and adoption of AccelOps. This is going to help both of us to secure our customer base and to grow your services business. Again, you're going to earn money as you sell AccelOps and service your customers, and we want to give you the ability to do that. As well as Dan talks about new versions of the product, we want you to have that version first, and we want you to be able to test it out first to where when your customers ask questions, they're coming to you and they're getting the answers from you as well. All right, this is the partner tiers. I'm going to start from the left and go to the right. We want to encourage referral partners. These are partners that are not signed up in the portal. They're not your typical VAR. These might be a white hat security person or a solo security person that doesn't necessarily want to do the selling, doesn't want to build, doesn't want to collect, but they've got a customer who they feel is a good fit for AccelOps. We're going to allow them to register that lead with AccelOps. We'll confirm that registration, and we'll do all the selling and all the work, and that referral partner will make money. Again, we want to encourage that because it's very important for us to secure those registered leads. Moving into the member partner, this is the baseline partner where they register within the portal. They're able to get one-year discounts. They're able to get discounts on renewals. They're able to get a test, demo, and training license. They get technical training if they want to provide services along with the product sales. They'll get marketing support. We'll do joint marketing events with them as well. The next level up beyond member partners, premier partner. These are folks that are committing to or really growing their revenue base with that actually performs at that 200K mark. We'll promote them to premier because we want to encourage that business growth. The premier partners are getting higher discount levels. They're also getting access to the beta program and the roadmap, as well as have an invite to our partner council. And then the last tier is the MSSP partners. These are the managed service security provider partners. And these are folks that take the next step. They're not just selling our product, but they're hosting our product. And they're wrapping services around the product so they can deliver a better benefit to the customer. And to those customers, we're going to enable them to have a multi-tenant version as well as a white labeled version. And here's how the discounts go. The premier partner is going to have a 35% year one discount on the list price, and then they'll get 25% on any subscription renewals. When they sell the perpetual license, that maintenance is going to be at 15 points, and services and training will be at 15 points. The key difference between the subscription and the perpetual is that the subscription is more valuable to us as a business. Silicon Valley is moving into a subscription business model where they want to see that maintenance or subscription revenue grow. It's very important for us to incentivize our partners to grow that business. As you see, member partners have a lower year one discount at 25 points. They'll also have a 25 points on the renewals and the 15 points on maintenance and services. And then referral partners will have a 5 points. Again, these are partners that are just bringing us leads and registering leads, and we do the work. On unregistered deals, we're trying to commit to a 10% margin or 10% discount to our customers, to our partners, to where when we're bringing deals and customers to our partners, deals that might have been created by our marketing team, might have been created by an event like RSA that we're leading and investing into. We're going to be able to bring those leads to our partner community, and you'll be able to get 10 points on that. The idea here is that the rep is going to be comp neutral and quota neutral as they're bringing these deals to you, so they're incentivized to do this, and that's going to grow our partner business. So please connect and work with your local account manager to start getting those unregistered deals sent your way as well. So talking about the recurring revenue, this is so important for us. We just got one slide dedicated to it. And the idea here, again, is that we want to grow your business base. As you grow your subscription recurring revenue base, your business in AccelOps is just going to grow substantially over time. With that, we're going to give you the incumbent protection. So if you've got a government customer and they naturally need to go out to bid as just part of their business process, those bidders that are not you are going to get far less margin to, again, give you that leg up to secure that business. We're going to allow you to track both your renewals and your net new business with our partner portal. So either a net new customer, a net new upgrade, or a renewal can all be tracked within the partner portal. So you get to visualize and you get to secure any of that business with AccelOps. And therefore, if your customers are reaching out to us independently and we get a lead that says your customer downloaded a white paper, we're going to be able to see that in that partner portal. We're going to be able to see it in our Salesforce, and we're going to be able to cross-correlate and communicate with you how that business is coming about. And then services opportunities. This is very, very important. We really want our partners to take a lot of this burden on their shoulders. Your customers are important to you. They're looking for continued engagement, and we want to be here to help train and support your services opportunities and to help you grow your revenue with AccelOps. There's a lot of opportunities here for services. Co-marketing. This is important. When you look at your business and growing your business, you've got customers, you've got potential prospects. We want to invest with you. When you have a roadshow, a lunch and learn, an evening event, or some type of sponsor event that's within your region, or even maybe a local trade show, we'll come in and we'll split the cost with you folks to where we can actually share those leads and share that business and help you grow your local business. And to that extent, if you have customers, we can help customize a customer webinar for you. Say you merge our product with another product, you're coming into your customer base with a solution. We can help you customize that webinar, again, to help you grow your AccelOps customer base. So let's talk about the portal. This is new to AccelOps. Again, you can go to our homepage, click Partner, and you'll see the ability to come down and get into the portal. There's two opportunities here. One is to become a partner. We need you to click that first. Even if you're an existing partner, this allows you to create an account into the portal. And once you create the account, then you're going to be able to log into the portal with either your user ID, or if there's multiple employees in your organization, they can request an account, and I'll show you what that is. So we're just looking for some basic information to create that account. And again, then you're going to be able to log in, and if additional employees want to get in, they're just going to, at this point, do request account. Okay. Within the portal, it's very rich. You're going to be able to, again, register your deals. You're going to be able to manage your deals. You can be able to look at a program guide. And I want to thank Elise for this also. She and her team helped me tremendously in creating this program guide. You can download it. You can store it. It gives you all the information that we're giving you today, as well as a lot more detail into our program. You're going to be able to look at events right from here. This goes to our website, or contact us. There's a brand new alias called partners@accelops.com. If you ever need to communicate with us and the partner team, just use that alias and somebody will answer you. We've got 4 or 5 guys listening to that email alias working with our partners globally. Down in the body, you'll see some sales training videos on the left. If you're trying to figure out how to position AccelOps, that will help you. In the middle, you'll see our Twitter feeds. That's our most active or recent social media, communications, either from our blog or just a lot of information goes into Twitter, and you can get it here. I'm sure you have Twitter accounts, but it's right here for you. As well as on the right, we'll have technical training, and we're going to grow the technical training within the partner portal, so you'll see that. The tabs on the left will be a little different when you see it, but you're going to be able to manage your pipeline. You're going to be able to look at libraries. We'll have a lot of competitive information there, so please start with the portal today by becoming a partner and requesting that account. I'm going to turn it over to Dan Turchin now to talk about the product and the product roadmap. I want to thank you for your time again.
Thank you, John, and mostly thanks to all of you who are on today's call. Excellent to have you here. As John mentioned, we have no higher priority than making our customers successful, and that all starts with you, our partner community. So over the next few minutes, I'm going to talk you through how we think about the investments that we're making in R&D. I'll give you some insight into what we've got cooking here in the lab, and we'll try to make sure we leave time for any questions you have at the end of the discussion. We are proud of the fact that at an increasing rate, we're replacing legacy monitoring tools because we remain committed to innovating. A lot of people said the SIM space, was kind of mature. A lot of people said performance monitoring was kind of mature. We think otherwise. So over the next few minutes, I'll share with you how the company is growing, largely thanks to our partner community, and I'll also share with you information about where the product is going. So as a company, we're staffing up in every possible area required to support our partner base. So we're adding support resources, we're adding professional services resources, we're making sure that your customers and your teams have resources at their disposal to be supported whenever and wherever they need that. We're adding team members all over the globe, and as a result, we're seeing our average deployment sizes grow considerably. You should have points of contact for you now in all 4 corners of the world, and what you'll find is that through things like the partner portal, through things like some of the customer programs that we're introducing, you're going to have better access to us and our products than ever before. So in terms of how we think about where we invest in R&D, I thought I'd walk you through some high-level investment themes. Now, each slide is going to describe an investment theme that you're going to see hit either the next or 2 product releases out. We're doing quarterly releases. The 4.3.1 release that we GA'd in January is what's currently shipping. We have another release coming out in beta this month and GA next month. And then the release after that is queued up for the July-August timeframe. Some of the specific areas where we're investing. John mentioned the power of that visual analytics solution. That is available as of the January release. And what that is a brand new architecture to make it much easier to visualize the data that you are already capturing in AccelOps. It's a combination of a report server, which offloads the reporting burden from your base supervisor, your CMDB database, and or your events database. It allows you to synchronize any report in AccelOps, whether it's one of ours out of the box or one that you custom configure. You can synchronize that with the report server, and then you can report off of the report server via any BI business intelligence front end. The one that we've productized the integration with in our January release is with Tableau, one of the leading BI tools on the market. And one of the nice things about that deep integration is that we've optimized the queries for performance against the Tableau environment. We've integrated the licensing framework, so you can register Tableau right through your AccelOps Super. And the other thing we've done is we've created some content so that out of the box you get workbooks that are predefined using the Tableau native authoring environment. In addition, some of the benefits of that integration with Tableau via visual analytics are that you now get things like dynamically linked dashboards. So any widget on any dashboard, let's say maybe a geomap that dynamically links to, let's say, a scatter plot, so that when you click on a region, maybe it's Asia Pac, you'll see incidents filtered just based on that region, and maybe a bubble chart or a scatter plot or something like that showing you a breakdown of incidents by severity or by status, something like that. So lots of unique features that you get through that combination of industry-leading BI with Tableau and industry-leading performance monitoring with AccelOps. Next investment theme. So as you're probably aware, AccelOps pioneered the use of business services in the performance monitoring space. It's historically been a concept that was restricted to IT service management, but we said, you know what? Those business service containers are every bit as relevant in the context of operations management. So through AccelOps, you're able to drop any asset that's being monitored in AccelOps into its own business service container. Maybe it's your CRM service or your Wi-Fi service or Exchange or whatever it is, and then monitor those services holistically. Well, we're doubling down on the concept of business services in our next release, and what that'll let you do is, I'm sorry, there's actually 2 releases out, the July-August release. What that'll let you do is define rules that specify the health status of a business service. So you'll actually be able to say, let's say, take an example, like you might have a few web servers that are load balanced. You can set a rule that says for this particular business service, maybe my CRM app, it's only down if all 3 web servers are down. Because of the load balancer, if at least one is up, the service is up. Whereas today, any individual asset in the container being down sets the overall business services status to being down. So you get much more granular control over your services. One of the recurring themes you're going to hear from us is opening up the platform so that more of your innovation can be showcased to your customers and potentially to any AccelOps customer around the world. The first way that we're doing that is by opening up our integration framework for external data feeds. So through this, you'll be able to integrate with any external data feed in addition to the ones that we've productized integrations with, which include things like emerging threats, Zeus Tracker. In the release that will GA next month, we've productized an integration with ThreatStream. But you may say, you have custom data feeds or other commercial data feeds that you want integrations with that we haven't yet productized. You'll now be able to do that, and what's more important, you'll be able to share those with any of your customers or future state potentially with any AccelOps customer around the world. Similarly, we're going to open up the platform so that you can integrate with any third-party application. So in the release that's going to GA next month, you're going to see us launch integrations with ServiceNow to support 2 use cases, two-way CMDB sync or two-way incident sync. We'll also release an integration that includes a two-way incident sync with ConnectWise, another IT service management platform. But you may say, there's another type of CMDB, or there's a discovery tool, or a topology mapping tool, or some other system that you want an integration with in AccelOps. Well, increasingly we find that a lot of the best ideas don't come from our team, they come from you, from the partner community. We want to make it really easy for you to take those ideas, take those integrations to market, and hopefully in the future monetize those as well. So think future state, you may be able to publish an integration, an application, a data feed, etc., to an app store within the AccelOps community. One of the other enhancements available in our next release, the one to GA next month, is a new Windows agent. So in addition to everything that we currently do agentless via WMI monitoring for Windows infrastructure, will now support a native agent as well. And that native agent will have a couple of advantages over WMI. One of it is we'll be able to do much deeper application inventory discovery on Windows machines, and the other key enhancement is we'll be able to do file integrity monitoring on a Windows machine. So if you want to monitor any change to the registry, for instance, or maybe you want to pick specific directories and be notified when any files are added or moved or removed or changed in those directories, you'll now be able to do that via the native notification. One of the things that you're going to hear us talk about most ad nauseum, something we're so proud of, and something that you enable, is how successful our customers are on the platform. So I mentioned our average deployments are growing. We're now supporting many more customers that are global in nature. We're also very proud of the fact that increasingly customers are replacing legacy performance monitoring or security monitoring solutions with AccelOps, and that's all the legacy solutions you're familiar with already. Things like QRadar, things like Splunk, things like ArcSight, things like SolarWinds. If you are interested in hearing how or why those customers are displacing legacy solutions with AccelOps, let John know, let my team know, and we'll be sure to share with you details about how to position AccelOps appropriately so that you're in a position to win business from those legacy tools. I mentioned previously one of the ways for you and your customers to get more involved with the AccelOps community is via some new programs that we've introduced. Last week, we launched our Product Advisory Council, an invite-only group of strategic customers that give us advice on roadmap issues. We're also launching a series of user groups. We're aggressively trying to build out the list of regions that we support. We had our first one in Manhattan about 2 months ago. We have 2 upcoming ones in both the Bay Area as well as the Pacific Northwest. But we're really looking to our partner community to step up and help us grow that community of user groups out to other regions. If that's something you think you're interested in hosting, let us know. Tons of leads in it for you. We will agree to come out and present the roadmap. We'll share what's exciting going on at HQ from AccelOps, and then we'll want to partner with you to make sure we fill those seats and give you an opportunity to close some business as a result of those user groups. So a little bit about what's ahead. So in the lab here at a headquarters in Santa Clara, we're not just thinking about the next couple releases, we're thinking about 12, 18 months down the road. Heck, we're thinking 5 years down the road. What's monitoring going to look like for the next decade? We're really not interested in what it looked like in 1990 or in 2000. And frankly, a lot of the customers that you're going to be positioning AccelOps to, that's still the world that they're living in. We're more interested in what happens when the Internet of Things and when new cloud infrastructures start to throw off orders of magnitude more data than in the past. How can we arm you with things like machine learning algorithms to make sure that you're watching for security threats and for anomalous performance behaviors that you don't even know about, so you don't know to write a rule for. We want to make sure that machines can detect anomalies, and then with human assistance, we can tune those algorithms so that you can get a handle on the volume of data that your systems are going to be generating. Auto remediation, so we want to make it as easy for you to be notified when a problem occurs as it is for you to take remediation actions when they do occur. So it's not just about being aware of issues, it's actually about being able to do closed loop change management to restore services to their normal operating state. We want to make it really easy to collaborate within AccelOps just like you interact with human beings in your personal life. And that could be via instant messaging. It could be via various kinds of chat mechanisms. However it is you're used to communicating, we want to make it really easy to embed those forms of media within AccelOps. Other things that you're going to see us doing are make it really easy to cross-correlate performance and availability and security and compliance data in one platform. And you're going to see us continue to release content that makes it really easy for you to enrich data, let's say on the security side with data on the performance side, and vice versa, because increasingly what we think is in the decade ahead, those kinds of events are going to be indistinguishable, and you're really not going to have a full awareness of what's going on in your infrastructure or your customer's infrastructure unless you're doing that cross correlation. So on the horizon, some specific things that we're working on. So I mentioned the value of opening up the platform. Well, part of the value of that is we're going to give you a facility whereby you'll be able to publish your integrations back to the community, share them, and also consume from the community. So it's both providing your knowledge out to the community, but then also learning from what your peers, your customers, potentially even other partners have done as well. Vulnerability management. We're going to make it really easy for you to make decisions, workflow-based decisions, based on vulnerability data that you may pull from external vulnerability scanners. Today we support integrations with Qualys and Nessus, but in the future we're going to add support for other scanners, and we're also going to make it easier to make decisions based on the state of the vulnerabilities associated with devices that you're monitoring. For instance, when you see that an impacted asset has a CVE score above a certain level, you may want to raise the severity of the incident. So simple things like that you'll be able to do. Device support as a service. As you might imagine, we're constantly certifying support for new devices and applications, and we want to make sure that your AccelOps instances are updated in real time as we certify new integrations. So we're going to actually host in the cloud a central repository of all of the devices and apps that we've certified integrations with, and in real time we'll push out those updates to your AccelOps cluster. So you won't need to be dependent on a formal release vehicle to get support for new devices and applications. Similarly, we're going to provide a feature in this next release whereby your AccelOps clusters will be able to share their health information with a cloud-based server. So imagine this. Our support team, or potentially your support team if you're supporting your customers, could proactively be notified when, let's say, a CPU pegs, or there's a memory issue on a supervisor or a worker, or potentially even a collector. You could get notified proactively and actually pick up the phone and call your customer and say, hey, it looks like you're about to have an issue, let's make sure we remediate that proactively. The other nice thing that we'll be able to do through that beaconing feature is collect and aggregate and anonymize information from all of the clusters around the world and actually be able to publish industry benchmarks. So you'll be aware of how your usage of AccelOps compares to that of your peers, maybe in similar regions, similar geographies, of similar sizes. You'll get a sense of how the infrastructure that you're managing stacks up in terms of the vendor split, things like that. We'll make all those insights available to you, and we'll do that via this beaconing service. So that's just a high-level overview of some of the exciting things that we're working on. But mostly, I want you to know that this roadmap is completely informed by your feedback. So if you take one thing away from this discussion, know that we're aggressively reaching out to you, to the partner community, to the customer community, and we feel like, in no way do we have all the right answers. We only have the right answers when we work really closely with you. So let that be an open invitation to you to please ask me questions, make sure my team's aware of what your priorities are, make sure John and his team are made aware of what your priorities are. And with that said, I just want to thank you again and then open up the rest of the webcast for any questions that you have for John or myself.
Thanks, Dan. This is John. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay. Oh, great. Great. Got very quiet there. Yeah, I think there's some questions coming through. Let me read this one right here. How do I know that my customers are looking at your website? We hear this sometimes from partners who are trying to evangelize AccelOps, and they just don't get any feedback from AccelOps. And so one of the benefits here is with the portal, as you start to evangelize AccelOps and you see a project brewing, you can start registering those deals with AccelOps. That's going to be able to allow our team to have a little bit of visibility in your activities. So when they do come to the website, we're going to be able to actually turn that information over to you and cooperate a lot better with you. Here's another question. I think this is good. What are the requirements to register a deal? Well, there's not a whole bunch. We don't have any set requirements, but the idea is that it does need to be a deal. I mean, there needs to be an interest, there needs to be a business problem to be solved. There should be some money and a time frame involved. Dan, I have one here for you. Excuse me. It says, how do I work, or who do I work with to help with integration or to help test integrations? I think that's how it's worded.
Yeah, good question. So in the future, we'll be launching a certification program so that any new integrations, whether that's external data feeds, applications, etc., will be certified by AccelOps, and we'll pass those integrations through a battery of tests related to performance, use of our APIs, security, things like that. But until we launch that certification program, you don't need to be dependent on us for anything. You can go ahead and, as of the next release, to GA next month, you'll be able to go in and actually use the integration framework and without any intervention from us, publish those integrations to your customers or to once the sharing portal is available to the entire community.
That's fantastic. This is like the last question. You talked about competitive wins. Where do I find competitive information? That's a great question. And since you folks are our partners, you're signed under NDA, we're going to be publishing any competitive information we have to the portal. So you'll see that under resources. So again, one of the takeaways here, is that if you could go to the portal and register your account and get into the portal, you'll start to see some of that competitive information. The big takeaway here is that if there's anything else you think you need to be successful in selling AccelOps or supporting your AccelOps customers, please come to us and talk to us. This is a very high priority for AccelOps. Again, you're going to see a lot of investment from AccelOps into our partner program, and so you folks are very important to us. We want to make sure that you're successful, and you're our ears to the street. We have people like Simon up in Ohio. You're our guy in Ohio. We don't have anybody else in Ohio. So you know the lay of the landscape there better than anybody, as an example. And so again, please continue the conversation as Dan talked about from a business and technology perspective, and get into the portal, start registering your renewals, start registering your new deals or your upgrades, and this will be a win-win for everybody. Really looking forward to the success of the partner program. Thank you very much for attending today, and thank you, Elise.